Welcome to Soul Matrix Show, unleashing the power of your infinite soul with Sheri Collins. Sheri can help you remember who you once were. Tune in to see the bigger picture, release your past traumas, and step forward into your true self and living a life that you love. This show will help you with all of this by being of service to you, sharing messages of hope, faith, and understanding. We all have inner wisdom within us, and Sheri can help you find it. You can be the creative change that you want in your life, and Sheri wants to show you how to do that. Let's navigate on your soul's journey. Soul Matrix Show starts now.
Welcome, everybody. I am Sheri Collins, and you are listening to the Soul Matrix Show on Transformation Talk Radio. I am so grateful to have you guys here today because we are going to launch right into understanding a little bit about Gaia, so Mother Earth, and that Earth energy that we all kind of need. And it helps to balance us out as well, right? Bringing in that Gaia energy with, everything that we desire to bring forward in ourselves, right? We are in balance of our own body. The left side of your body is your feminine energy. Your right side of your body is masculine energy, and then vice versa for your brain. So knowing that the earth can help us balance this stuff out within ourselves as well, helps us to understand where we can become that creative tool using the earth to help us. So today I really wanted to focus on how you guys can, be able to give back to the earth as well. So I really want to go through just a few exercises, and then I'm going to show you how to tap in a little bit to understanding that energy that you can bring forward for yourself. So first and foremost, we all have some palms of our hands, or you have your feet as well. So if you look at your hands as a tool and you start to walk pathways or go for a walk in nature, you'll feel this sense of calmness come over you. But understanding that you have the gift to heal, regardless if you believe that or not, understanding that you can give back to nature and allow that to cycle through your feet and back through you and back to the trees. Now, this is the same for animals. This is the same for human. It doesn't really matter what it is. You have that ability to heal. So when we think about going into nature, what does that bring to us? It actually brings a lot of grounding energy. In Feng Shui, stones are grounding energy. Dirt is grounding energy. So the moment you go into nature, sit on a dead log, you are bringing that cycle of life back to yourself, allowing yourself to purge out the old and bring back in the renewed. Now, if you think about everything that you put out of yourself, so let's just say you're having a really bad day and you bring forward that, you're angry and you're frustrated. If you actually release that outside, Mother Earth will take that energy and she will harness it and transmute it, and then allow it to come back through the trees and the grass and animals, because everything that touches within nature allows that rebirth within inside. So I have actually witnessed this for myself. Where we used to live, there was a creek or a stream that ran down two sides of properties. And as I walked through one day, I could tell that these trees needed some love. Like it'd been a while. They came in and did some excavation work in the ditch, and, it disrupts the ecosystem. So I thought to myself, I'm just going to bring in that love. I'm going to go and actually physically just touch that tree. Not that I needed to bring up Reiki or quantum or anything else, just touch that tree and just bring it absolute love. And all of a sudden, it just became a thing every day. And I would just walk that path and hold my hand out like this as I was walking by. And after a while, I started to think that there was energy coming back up through my feet. So it will do a rotational cycle. What goes out must come back in. The earth is like rewarding you for giving. So every time you go into nature, maybe it's just one tree you want to focus on. Maybe just that little bit of a touch that says, I hear you, I see you, and I'm going to give you this energy of love. You will start to see that plant turn around. It doesn't matter if it looks like it's dead. It will start to turn around. Another way you can just literally check is just do a little bit of this on the bark. And if there's green underneath, that's life. So nothing is truly gone. Think about a fire. We have forest fires and all these things where, it ends up singed for miles and miles and hectares, and that forest will rejuvenate itself really quickly because there's still life there. It just needs that energy to get going. So I really truly would love that, the next time you decide to go for a walk, just make that little bit of a detour that says, okay, I'm going to start checking out these trees and I'm going to see where one needs my help. And every day, just give it something. Just touch it, give it love, stand back and just go, I love you today. And see what difference that makes. Even one bigger than that. What if you actually looked for a plant inside of your home? How's it doing? What does the soil look like? Have you overwatered it? Or is it looking like there's lots of calcium from your water? Is there maybe some moss or mold growing on it? These are all things that you can start to take care of for that plant. And again, adding that energy. Maybe you have a plant that's on one side of your room and it's dying. Most likely it's not supposed to be on that side of the room. In Feng Shui, everything is in balance. 9 times out of 10, unless it's in the center of your home, there should be no greenery, right? So it's understanding the placement of the energy in your home. If you put something in one room and you feel off because it's there, take it out. The plants are trying to show you something. It doesn't like that atmosphere just as much as your body doesn't like it being there. That doesn't mean it doesn't resonate for somewhere else in your home, but it's about bringing balance. Now, we can also use nature to help us with neighbors and relationships that we have or don't have with them. Cactus is one of those plants that will help kind of like block and barrier different energies. So if you have a neighbor that you don't like, if you buy a really small cactus and just place it between your house and their house, if you have neighboring yards, you will notice that that neighbor stops engaging with you. Doesn't matter if it's backyard. If it's backyard, you're going to put it at the back door, front in the front, side and side. And my story with this is I've lived in my house for a little while now. Never met my neighbor ever. He never is outside unless he's riding his lawnmower. Never have seen him in just over a year and a bit. The moment I stuck a cactus plant on that deck, he came outside and introduced himself. Like almost instantly. It was kind of funny. And I have not seen him since. Like not ever. Like it's very interesting, the energy that it will bring. So anything that is not for the highest and best good, it will keep it away from your home. When we sit down on our grass and we ground in our bare feet, this allows us to purge out the energy that's not needed in our body. It becomes electrified in the soil, which allows us to ground that energy through her. It's kind of no different. If you're having trouble sleeping, you could do the copper wire on your bed, put a grounding rod outside and allow yourself to put copper tape or copper stereo wire on your bed. You will get a great night's sleep because it's grounding energy. If you want an abundant crop that feeds your body only the highest of nourishments, you can put grounding rods and copper tube and wires through your garden and your crops will be in abundance. We don't ground enough. We think that we have to take on all of these energies from everywhere and everything. It's not our job to take on everybody else's energy. You have your own. You have your own. You have your own energy. You have your own cycle. You have your own kind of like energetic field. And the more stuff you allow to come in there, the more this gets depleted, the more this gets depleted. So if you're not going outside to walk, that's okay. Some people can't. Open a window, get that fresh air. Be able to just voice yourself outside. Maybe you got to go get the mail. Every time you go get the mail, talk about those things that are bothering you and just let it go. Because every step that you walk on this earth allows you to purge and ground and allows you to become one within yourself. So let's just bring up this energy because then as we go to break and into the next segment, I want to show you how you can do very, very easy healing from the comfort of your own home. That doesn't excuse you not going outside. We're not going to condone like sitting on the couch all the time. We do need to make it outside once in a while and breathe that fresh air. But I just want you to just call up any kind of energy you want in your hands. If you have Reiki, you can definitely do this. If you don't have Reiki and you want to try this method, you can as well. So just rub your heads gently together and then pull your hands apart and maybe just pulsate them. Can you feel that energy shifting between your hands? Can you feel that? You can do the slinky if that helps you to understand this energy a little bit more. Most people can feel this one because there's such a change in elevation. Okay. You can pulsate it and you can stretch it. How does that feel to you? How does it feel to be able to have this tangible something in your hands? Okay. So I want you to play with this as we go into break. And when we come back, I'm going to teach you how to do the healing on Gaia without leaving your home. But again, go try the tree method. Anywhere that you can, go try that. You'll see a big difference, not only in the tree, but in yourself, right? You don't have to call yourself a tree hugger or anything after that, but you can start to feel the vibration in which Gaia gives you back through the trees. You'll be able to feel, especially in knots, if you can find an eye or a knot of a tree, put your hand on it, you will feel that pulsation come back to you. That's like the tree talking to you. So we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to do some healing for the planet. So please stay tuned and I will see you guys shortly. Welcome back. I'm Sheri Collins on the Soul Matrix Show on Transformation Talk Radio. So we are going to dive in and do some Gaia healing. It's absolutely amazing. I am so grateful to have you guys here to do this with me. So here's kind of the exercise that I want you to kind of follow along with if you feel guided to. It's super, super simple. So I just want you to close your eyes and I want you just to picture a globe. We all know what that one looks like. You know, you've seen one in a classroom, I'm sure, for years. And all I want you to do is I want you to imagine you're cutting it kind of in half, but only on one side. So you're just cutting one side of that globe. And I just want you to open it up and lay it flat in front of you. And I want you to pull up that healing that you played with over break. So if you have Reiki, you can pull up Reiki. If you have quantum, you can pull up quantum. But literally, you could just rub your hands and create any kind of energy you like. And we're going to just focus on one place. And you can set an intention. Now, I want to kind of explain this just before we dive in, just so you don't go all gung-ho right away. So I'm just going to give you a scenario of a story just to give you a kind of understanding of how this works. So I'm sure you guys remember a couple of years ago how Australia flooded, or no, they had a fire. There was a forest fire and everybody prayed for them to get rain and then they flooded. So we have to really be careful of where we set our intentions. And the more people who set that same intention, there is the cause and effect, right? If we want to heal this and we ask for this, you're going to get an abundance of that, especially if it's more than one person, because it goes by the collective, right? If everyone's praying for the same thing, you're going to get a mass amount of what is that that is there. So I just want you to set your own intention of what you want to bring out of this healing, as opposed to me setting the healing for everybody. So you set your own intention of what you want to do for Gaia. And we're just going to pick and choose different spots on the globe of where we're going to go. Okay. So we're going to go to Australia first. Okay. So they've had a really cold start to their summer. And now their kids are all back to school, probably bummed that they missed their summer. So again, I just want you to pull up that energy for yourself. And I want you just to imagine you placing your hands over top of Australia. Now your hands are bigger than the map. So you're covered. Okay. And I just want you to hold it there. And I want you to feel what it feels like in your hands, to have your hands over top. Can you feel a pulsating? Can you feel a vibration? Can you feel maybe a tingling? Can you feel heat or coolness? Okay. And with your intention set, what is it you're choosing for that country? And I wouldn't necessarily choose like, oh, happiness and joy, because we don't want to interrupt free will of people. So let's just keep this towards the intention of the country itself, the earth of that country. Okay. So you can bring in anything you choose. And you could start to notice how different things feel inside of your body as you do that. There you go. And feel that shift. There you go. And I can feel it heating up under my fingers and I can feel the vibration changing. So it started in my palms and now my fingers are vibrating. There you go. So we're going to take our hands off of Australia right now and we're going to go into the waters around Australia. Okay. They have quite a few sharks that come really close to inland there. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick the furthest point that you choose on the island. You can go to wherever you want, the Gold Coast, you can go the opposite side. It's totally up to you. I want you to choose it. You do not need to know where you're going. So I said Gold Coast. That's only because that's what the first thing that came into my head was. I don't really know where that is if I'm looking at the map. I have no idea. I just go with what I'm guided to go with. So I'm just going to place my hands in the water there, and I'm just going to ask for calmness. And I'm going to ask just in my own vibrational energy, because that's what we're bringing out. We're just bringing out energy. I'm just going to telepathically tell the sharks just to move outward, just to keep them away from the inland. And all I'm doing is the same thing as you. I'm just placing my hands on the water, and I'm just moving my hands out further, further, further into sea. And you don't even have to do that. You could literally just stick your hands on the water. There is people on this planet who can literally stand in water or put the hands in water and direct the water to do what they wanted to do. That is part of their gifts. There's a gentleman on YouTube who does it. There's actually a guy that I just met. He was in one of my workshops. He is the same thing. He can put his hands on the water and tell the water what to do, and the water will do exactly that. So you guys are becoming that right now. You are the conduit for the energy that says, this is what I want to happen. Okay. So by creating water that is calm. Okay. The other thing you can do, because you're doing this work right now, if you know someone who lives there, who is visiting that water, you could literally ask them, what was the water like today? Because with your intention and setting that intention, it can shift whatever is meant to happen. And what I mean by that is, you know, when I was staying at my girlfriend's house, it was supposed to rain for 24 hours. And I literally just brought in the energies to clear that away from her house, because she had a pool and it was going to flood her whole house. And I said, no. And I just moved this energy away with some of my other elemental guides. And it did not rain at her house. It stopped raining. Everybody else received rain. Houses flooded. So we can help that. We can shift that energy that says this has to happen. We don't need it to happen. Everything that is outside is based on your emotions and feeling. The last few days, I've just been like, no, I really want some sunshine, please. And there comes the sunshine, right? It's a projection of what we bring forward, whether it's the earth or the sky. Okay. So let's take our hands out of the water and let's pick somewhere else. So let's go to USA. And if you have hard feelings against the USA, just put that aside for right now. Okay. Again, just pull up that energy and pretend that going like this will cover the entire US. Okay. And I just want you to place your hands there, set your intentions of what you'd like. So for me, I'm just creating calmness. Right now, I feel like there's a lot of, the earth is like unstable, unsteady, especially towards like California. Yeah, we'll go California on this side. So I feel like it's unstable. So instead of saying on the whole map for me, I'm being guided just to move over towards that area. And again, same thing. I'm just creating a little bit, quantum or Reiki. You can do whatever you like and just place your hands on there. How does that feel? How does it feel to just give it love? Maybe it just needs love. Maybe it needs everyone to be on the same timeline with love, right? So by you putting that intention of love there, what changes? And again, if you know someone who lives there, you can ask them, hey, did something shift around 6:23 on Monday? And most likely they'll tell you yes, because whatever we do changes the frequency of things, right? There's polarity in the planet. There's electric poles in the planet, north and south. Everything has a cause and effect. If we create calmness, it goes to calmness, right? So you become the creator of the change that you want to make, okay? So for me now, I'm being guided to the other side of the United States. So more towards like Buffalo and New York. And I'm surprised I knew that because I don't live there. So now I'm over on the other side. So for me, I'm just blowing the United States up just a little bit bigger, and I'm just putting my focus over there. For me, when I look at this, it feels like there's water, but it feels turbulent. It does not feel calm at all. And for me, like I would have to reference somebody who's there, but I almost feel like the water is flowing the wrong way. Most of the time we would assume that water would come into the shore. For me, it feels like it's coming down from Florida up. And I don't know if that's physically possible, but that's what it feels like. I almost feel like if you were to look at the water right now, it would look like it was going backwards. So just allow yourself to put that on there. What do you feel? Tap into how you feel. Are you feeling a cycle of energy? And we'll call it a toroidal field because it's, it's your torus field. It runs from your crown, outside your body, down and around, up through your root chakra. So if you don't know where your root chakra, that's your crotch or your tailbone, and back up and around. So can you feel that cycle with your hands? Can you feel that cycle of energy coming through your body, giving that energy into the planet? And what does it feel like to you? Are you feeling emotion right now? Are you feeling this emotion that says, I need to cry for this place because it's not yours? Are you feeling I need to release from this place? What are you feeling? There you go. Allow it to shift. Just feel that energy. I can feel the energy pulsating in my hands. It's coming up stronger and stronger. Okay. So let's pull our hands off there and let's come right down. US, we'll go right down to Mexico. And you can pick either side, but we're going to put our hands on the water this time as opposed to on land. And again, set your intention. What is it you want to have happen with this energy? From the highest and best good, what can you give it? What can you put forward? I feel like they have an invasion of some kind coming up, maybe turtles or crabs on the beach. It feels like there's lots of that energy coming in. So maybe we just bring that calmness, allowing the turtles to come up and allowing the crabs to go back out so that they don't eat their turtle eggs, and just allowing that to come in. Allowing that energy to sit and flow in there. Just breathe nice and gentle. How does that feel? How does it feel to help? And this is understanding too that it is helping. Even though you can't see the outcome in this moment, you are helping, right? This is just something small that we can do that helps everything. How does it feel? How do you feel inside of your own body? How does it feel to step into that energy for the planet? So I'm going to leave you guys with this as we go to break. And I want you just to keep your hands either in the water or on the land, wherever you're guided to go. This is a good way for you to go with your guidance system inside of yourself. That's your intuition. So allow it to kind of like show you where you're meant to go, but stay down towards that area. Okay. I'm going to let you guys do this while we go to break, and I'll see you guys very shortly. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sheri Collins on the Soul Matrix Show. So as you guys were doing your healing, what did you notice? What did you feel for yourself? Maybe things are starting to shift and change inside of you with this energy flowing. Maybe you're in doubt, and that's okay. So you can just pull your hands out and you can just wash your hands in light just to disconnect that energy. So let's just talk about some of the things you might be feeling, what you might not have felt. So sometimes when we first start this journey, we kind of sit in a little bit of doubts. Did I actually do something? Did it make a difference? Just know that it doesn't matter what you do. It always makes a difference as long as it comes from the highest of light within inside of you. So the positive outcome. Not always do we trust it. Sometimes we have to see it to believe it and all that good stuff. The thing is if you start this practice every single day, working on a tree, working on a plant in your home, you will see the difference. You will see that tangible outcome for yourself. Just like I saw those trees bloomed before every other tree, and they were so healthy. I don't know what they look like now because we don't live there anymore, but you could tell the difference. Trees that bloom before like 2-3 weeks before every other tree, that's got to tell you something, that they're pretty healthy trees. And again, you'll start to notice it with inside your home. It changes the air quality if your plants are healthy, right? The plants that you choose to put in your home makes a big difference too, right? Remember that your plants will collect the negative energy that you're holding, whether it's yours or somebody else's. If you're having a bad day, if you have a bad relationship with somebody in your home, there's always tension, there's always fighting. The plants will absorb that from that situation so that you no longer have to have that in your home. Clearing your space so that you can stay grounded in that energy is key. For me, the more plants you can bring in, the better, because I think plants help us to, stay grounded in our own space. And it also provides great filtration for the air. So whether you see it or not, ask to be shown. Ask to be shown so that you no longer have to doubt what's coming forward. I have truly seen it myself, and maybe now that's your time. When you start to see the tangible proof come forward, you start to see where that starts to elevate you. You'll start to see where it makes a difference. And then you'll start to praise yourself, right? And I think most of this journey becomes around self-validation. I did that. Here's the outcome. Trusting your intuition, trusting that it happened, not necessarily to see the tangible proof in this moment, but down the road as it transpires. I'm going to share a little bit of something that transpired for me that I got to witness it. Back about 2 and a bit years ago, I was asked to go on a mission. And for some of you might not understand any of this, so I'll give you as much as I can, guided by my guides and the council. So there is areas of our life that, not a lot of people talk about, like galactic and, outer space, all those things, whatever you want to call it. So my girlfriend had messaged me one day and asked me if I wanted to go on a mission. And I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. She goes, well, there's these children. And I went, okay. I said, you don't need to say any more. My house was full of children, spirit children, wearing gray pants and white and gray striped pajamas. And I said to her, I said, you seeing what I'm seeing? She goes, well, I'm not at your house. And I said, well, I have about 150,000 children in my room and they're all wearing these pajamas. And she goes, oh, so yeah, you've got the right thing. And I said, so we're going on a mission. So what that means is there's parts of our life where we asked to do things that we're unsure of, that we don't know really what it is, but we have to trust that information. So speed up a little bit farther than that. We were asked to help the planet in certain aspects. And in those certain aspects, it was called cleanup. And what that means is being able to biolocate. So that means I can stay here and I can biolocate myself somewhere else in the world to be able to help. And there's the orbs. As we were there, we went to Fiji. And it was very interesting that we were in Fiji because I'd never been there. She'd never been there. And we were asked to go behind a waterfall. And I'm sure you guys can think of the waterfall in Fiji. It's very well known. And we would go in behind the waterfall and there was devices in there. So we'd switch out the devices to make harmonious water as opposed to tainted water. About 4 to 6 weeks later, it showed up in the newspaper. So there's your tangible proof that there's something you helped to change. Again, things would transpire with the land in DC. Again, same thing. 2 to 3 weeks later, it was in the news. It's kind of hard to deny when no one else is talking about that thing. We never said anything to anybody. And all of a sudden this proof would show up. And it's interesting how one thing can change the next that changes the next. On the 444 portal, and the 444 portal is an energy opening that allows more energy to come into our space, into our lives, into the planet. I did some interplanetary healing of Earth. And when I was in there, didn't look like the history books. Mind you, never studied history, don't care for it. It is what it is. You read it if you want to. But I knew the moment that I got inside the center of the planet that it was not what they told us. As I'm in there healing certain things, one of my students says, on a whim, so I just went to the center of the planet and there was somebody in there adjusting some stuff. And I just went, that's me. Because I was by myself. Nobody knew that I was in there. She saw somebody working in there. So you'll get your confirmations when you need those confirmations. Sometimes all we have to do is ask or say, I'd like a sign. And you will start to see where you putting your energy or helping will show up to show you. Now, sometimes it's the timeline that you're on. And I'll reference this back to California because I think it's very interesting how so many people can experience so many different things with nature. And in California, you have people who will say they got flooded, and then you will hear people say there was nothing. Those are two different timelines. Those are two different timelines happening at the same time. Neither is wrong. It just depends on where you're at. So the earth is trying to show you this event is happening over here, and over here is calmness. This is just for you. It's kind of like a movie. Shift your reality of what you're experiencing, and you will move and shift over to this one. This timeline shift will allow you over here. This is the same with your plants, your animals, the yard, the everything. There is no separation between any of it. So once you start with the planetary healing, it will evolve into something else, and you'll see your confirmation. You'll get your confirmation. So what I want you guys to do, well, you still have this map open in front of you, or this globe in front of you. I want you to pick a certain place that resonates with you, that whether you've heard it on the news, and again, that will just be your timeline, right? Because not everyone's going to see it the way you do. And that's the power of this exercise. Everybody is going to choose somewhere different to go. And I want you just to place your hands over top of the place that resonates with you. If you want to do California from the floods, go for it. You want to do somewhere else because of, go for it. Place your hands somewhere. Oh, which is very interesting for me. Place your hands somewhere that resonates with you. And just allow that to shift. And if you need to, write it down so that you have that. And then maybe there's going to be something that shows up in a news article or something that's going to pop up in your TikTok to give you validation. So interesting enough, my guides took me to the ice wall, which I was not expecting. So let's just shift that energy. Just add love. Bring it from your heart and bring it down your arms and out your hands. Just bring that pure, unconditional love for change, for joy, for happiness, for peace, just for the land, not the people. Because remember, if they're standing on the land, it will come through them, right? So give it to that land. Whatever needs to be brought to that, we're going to give it to that. And then you're going to allow it to shift through you. Feel that energy shift come through your hands and around through your feet, and just allow that shift. Allow that energy to flow through you. You're the conduit of not only the words, but the energy as well. There you go. How does it feel to be able to help? I think that's a really important thing. How does it feel to give back? There you go. So just pull your hands up, and we're going to put that globe back where it is. So what I want you to do now is I want you just to see how cool this is, because we don't have to just limit this to where we stand. We can bring it upward as well. There's things beyond our galaxy that we don't see. There's things beyond this galaxy you may not know. So what if you just put your hands up like this and just allowed yourself to set the intention to bring whatever needs to happen up there? Maybe it is around calmness. Maybe it's around, providing warmth. Maybe it's around shifting the poles just that little bit so that it creates a little bit more harmony, right? As above, so below, right? So I can direct it up, it will still have to come down, right? That cycle of energy needs to do this. It has to cycle somewhere, right? So what we give to the earth comes back through us. If I give it up there, it has to come down. It has to come to the other expansion of that. So bring it up. What does that feel like to bring it up? Allow it to shift. Maybe it's around the moon being brighter. Maybe it's about the sun being able to warm up things so that it's not so cold. Right? Again, if that's a reflection of us, what's transpiring outside, if you change how we talk about that, that will change too. somebody had mentioned, I think it was on TikTok, they said we had 33 days in Canada, Ontario, with no sunshine. And I went, oh, well, let's change that. And I just literally said, thank you for the blue skies and the sunshine. It's been sunny every day since. I literally just asked. It doesn't have to be. Your intention says a lot about what you want to do, right? If we step into the positive and change our mindset around what's actually transpiring, you'll start to see that shift come into your reality as well. How does it feel to be able to put that out to the universe? Here, I give this back to you. Thank you for providing so much for me. In gratitude, thank you. In gratitude, thank you. There you go. All right, I'll let you guys keep going. I'm going to take a short break and we will be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sheri Collins on Soul Matrix Show, Transformation Talk Radio. So I want to share a lot of information with you guys right off this segment. So if you're ready to dive in and you want to take some quantum healing, you want to learn how to harness this energy for yourself, it is not Reiki. A lot of people will ask me that. This is just source guided healing coming through. There's lots of different keys that you're given, lots of different grounding tools, just to get you going on this healing journey. And this means that you can do planetary healing too, and feeling like you can feel more tangible power if that's where you want to go with it. The keys in quantum healing allow us to do a little bit more than what we just do right now. So if you're ready, I actually have a class coming up on February 26th at 10 a.m., which is a Sunday. I would love to have you in the class. Lots of people have already signed up. So if you're ready to step in and do this journey for you, not only for Gaia, but for yourself, being able to heal yourself, being able to put yourself out there, to step in and do healing for other people as well, I would love to have you. So now is the opportunity. Level 2 is coming up in March. So it's coming up super, super quick. So now is your chance to dive in, learn how to how to take this energy and make it tangible for you. I would just love to have you in any of my classes. So, if you want to come take a modality that's already pre-recorded, all the videos are in my online school. PureRadiantSoulAcademy.com is ready for you to start diving in. There's Soul Matrix in there. There is Divine Soul Transformation in there. Those are both modality. One is a modality. The other one is a 40-week program on mental health, wellness, body image, weight loss, transforming manifestation, being able to harness that power of bringing manifestation to you. There's 40 modules in there, and they're all yours. There's also Quantum Level 1, Quantum Level 2, and there is the beginner course that's coming out. Now, this is the one I want to talk about because this one is going through a huge launch right now, just getting ready to be launched all over every social media that I own. So what this is it is a 18-month program. It will walk you through your spiritual awakening. It's a development course that teaches you everything you need to know to start channeling your guides, understanding meditation. We're going to teach you your intuition. We're going to teach you how to connect with your guides, know what's your guides and what's you. You're going to tap in. You're going to learn to understand meditation, how to sit still, how to clear the monkey mind. You're also going to learn light language, light codes. You're going to learn magic, how to create a spell, a deity for yourself. You are going to learn card reading, how to read oracle cards, how to read tarot cards. You're going to learn, oh my gosh, there's just so much. There's intermediate magic. So this is not just for beginners. If you know a few tools and you want some more, this is for you too. There's just so many components to this that so many people have been asking for. And I teach a lot of things. I teach you mediumship, how to do evidential mediumship, bringing all these components together for you so that you can validate yourself in your accuracy, validate yourself in the information. And again, you can use this for yourself, but you can also start using it for other people. You want to grow a business and you want to be strong in your convictions, you can start stepping in right now. So that launch is coming up very, very shortly. And as soon as it is ready to go, I will definitely post it on my pages and in the links so that you guys can come in. You can enjoy the free workshop that's going to happen. As soon as I have those dates, I will give them to you. Again, it'll be all over social media. So if you're ready to step in and do this journey for yourself, now is your chance. There's so many different things that are going to transpire in the next, 18 months. Now is your chance to be able to step in and do some of this work for yourself. Part of this, doing this exercise today, is just to show you that you can harness anything, right? You might still doubt it, and that's okay. I did in the beginning too, and now I trust fully, right? So all of these things that I give you on this show is just a small little piece of what you can do. And I don't want you to ever get discouraged that you're not like me and you're not good enough and all that stuff. I'm here to tell you that you are. We walk side by side in this journey. There is no one better than the other, right? If you put somebody up on a pedestal, that's on you. Nobody is better than you. You might be just starting. I've only been doing this for 4 years. In a short amount of time, you can accomplish anything you want to. So I want you to know that this journey is for you, and whatever you're guided to do in that journey, you'll do, right? But the first step is to acknowledge that you're doing it for you. You can't do this journey for somebody else. But having that tangible power that says, I'm going to go heal a tree and see what happens, you're then creating that, validation for yourself that says, I did that. And sometimes we need that. I needed that in the beginning of my journey. My goodness, had I not, my guides not have pushed me to go live the one time, I wouldn't be where I am. I was so shy, but I had to break that barrier that said, okay, I got to do the card reading and I need to do quantum healing. I need to do this. And everyone has to see everything that I can do all at once, when that's not true. You just need to show up and be you. And it doesn't matter if you think you're good at something or bad at something. Neither one of that is true. You're just you. And you're going to master whatever it is that you love. You are going to master everything that you step into. And this is why I gave you that today. Go master seeing that tangible proof for yourself. Right? Move a plant from one side of the room to the other. Give it love before you set it down. Wrap your hands around the dirt or the base of whatever that plant is and watch the roots thrive. I want you to see that tangible proof for yourself. Okay? So here's how you can reach me. Sheri-Collins.com. That website is changing to pureradiantsoul.com. You can still message at Sheri-Collins.com. It will link you back to the same thing. The other part of it is you can go to the school site, pureradiantsoulacademy.com. Okay, so you can start taking courses right now. They're all online. They are tangible, ready to go. There's Akashic records, so many different things on there. Okay, the other thing that you can go and check out, which is brand spanking new, is the creations page. So if you go to my website, there's a creations page, and on that creations page is a whole bunch of this stuff. Okay, we have a whole line of new products coming out. They're infused with energy. They're infused with love. These will infuse your water as you leave them on there. These are coasters. We have all kinds of products that will allow you to take that energy with you. Here's some crystal grids. So you can bring this energy into your home. Here's a grid for your birth month or your birth sign with your birthday at the bottom. You can put crystals on here. These are all infused with energy. Anybody who's just starting out doing healing and you're having trouble connecting into other people, we have proxy boards. So this becomes your client, and all you have to do is place your hands on it. It has all the chakras on it, so you can use that as a chart for yourself. We have so many different things. We have these grids here. These are infused with crystals. It is on my website, pureradiantsoul.com or Sheri-Collins.com. And you can start that process now if it interests you. There's lots of pendulum charts on there. Everything is infused with energy, everything. So that you don't have to worry about getting it and going, okay, well, is this naturally sourced? And is this safe? It is. Everything is designed for you. Everything is designed and intended for you. There's so many different products on there, and it's all, we could do custom orders. We can do custom names, and it's all infused in energy based on you. So this is your chance to step in and be able to start your journey for you. I'm just grateful that I get to watch you guys shift and transform through it. I'm grateful for all of your support and grateful for everything that you guys bring to the table. Whether you know it or not, you are a huge presence on this planet. Nothing can stop you unless you allow it. I want you just to do this exercise before we sign off for tonight. I want you to pull back up that energy. Okay? And I want you to place your hands on your body where you need it today. Where do you feel like you need a little bit of healing? Where do you feel like you need a little bit of extra love? Place it there and sit with yourself until you feel like you no longer need to leave it there. I want you to take that with you today. I will see you guys next week. Have a great week.
Thank you for listening to Soul Matrix Show, Unleashing the Power of Your Infinite Soul with Sheri Collins. Tune in live every Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Sheri can help you remember who you once were. Tune in to see the bigger picture, release your past traumas, and step forward into your true self and living a life that you love. This show helps you with all of this by being of service to you, sharing messages of hope, faith, and understanding. To learn more about Sheri and her services, visit Sheri-Collins.com. That's Sheri-Collins.com.